Oh, yeah, right. Welcome back, Bravehearts all over the world. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe, and I have the pleasure of being with Richard. Now, Richard actually makes the best C60 on the planet, and we'll talk about that today. But our main goal is to talk about C60 hemp. We are introducing C60 hemp to the world. Most people are used to C60 olive oil. No. C60 hemp, really, you don't get high on it. I'll tell you what you do, though. You get a higher immune system on it. What does it actually do? It restores the endocannabinoid system. And understand, our endocannabinoid system has been burnt out forever and a day due to blue light poisoning. Whether you're talking about this computer behind me, you're talking about your phone, you're talking about LED lighting. Listen, guys, okay? Understand something, and you got to get this. C60 hemp oil is 270 times stronger than vitamin C. Are you with me here? It's the strongest antioxidant on the planet. Are you ready for this? Okay. Does anybody know what they put in the V? What they put in the V is they use carbon, okay? Graphene, carbon. And what they do is they attach things to the graphene that are very, 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 very nasty. Nasty stuff that is getting into people, that's causing clotting, myocarditis, and many other symptoms. And understand something. If they want to do that, we can do something else. And what's this? Well, guess what? We use a carbon product too, but it has the highest, most powerful electrical charge on the planet. That's right. And the reality is most people can't afford to actually make this product. It's way too costly. And we're going to tell you why it's not too costly for us to have the best C60 in the world. I mean, there's different C60s. You know, there's people out there using safflower oil, sunflower oil. These are all just cheap knockoffs. And olive oil, I'm not putting it down, but it can't touch C60 hemp oil. C60 hemp oil will calm the body down. It helps to, like I said, bring back the endocannabinoid system that actually looks after your inflammation and pain in the body. You think about that one. Why do you think that people are craving things made out of hemp? Because guess what they want, okay? They want CBD. I'm not telling you that there's CBD in our hemp product. I'm telling you that it helps with the C60 and the hemp because it's the purest hemp oil. It doesn't get you high, but like I said, it will bring your immune system a lot higher. And remember, it is the strongest antioxidant on the planet, and guess what it does? You start taking C60 hemp oil and you take like a teaspoon 3 times a day to maybe 6 times a day, and you've got eye problems, you've got brain problems, function. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see the difference. How many people, you know, most people don't realize, but I used to wear prescription glasses, then I wore readers, and now I don't have readers, I don't have prescription glasses. I'll be 67 years old in just a few weeks, and the reality is my eyes are better than they've ever been before. My brain is sharper than it's ever been before, and if you don't believe me, this is me. Look at this. You see this? That's hemp oil C60. And what do? I carry this little bottle with me, and I can carry it on the plane. I can carry it wherever I go. It can go in my pocket. I just go like this. I take a swig. I do it a few times throughout the day, and I keep on putting it under my tongue. I keep it there until it becomes water, and then I'll swallow it. And understand something. We're going to talk about how C60 hemp oil is made and how other C60s are made, and it's not a good thing. How would you like your C60 to be made out of a blender? How would you like your C60 to come from China? Okay, let me tell you something. There's a lot of knockoffs out there. What do you think, Richard?
Oh, that was a great introduction.
Well, thank you.
And true.
I thought you were going to make me do it over again.
No. That was actually great. If I could say one thing, I'm working right now, as you said, moving, and there's 2 or 3 people, 2 for sure, but one that I would have to say the T is at the V, and the energy level of people that are in their 20s and early 30s has dropped substantially. Now, you said that you're, I guess, 66, I think, coming up?
Yeah, I'll be
And I'm
67.
Yeah, 67. Well, I'm 73. I'm going to be 74. And I tell you that I can outwork all of them. And I'm not a weightlifter or anything like that. I've just taken care of myself. And it's amazing what has happened to young people today. It's as if they've lost their zest for life. The V, which most of the young people have readily accepted here in Canada, it has affected them greatly. It's as if they cannot mentally focus at the task at hand.
Do you know what Richard, do you know what the stats are in Canada for who accepted the V? 82% of all 82% of all Canadians.
Oh, that's disgusting. It's sad. Very sad.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It's sad because guess what? We say we love each other. We say we're family. And you know what? It doesn't take a lot of money to buy a human being, to hurt another human being, and to just BS. And then the thing is that people come into this world trusting in those that are supposed to be authority over them. And this is what happens. And I'm going to tell you something, everyone. If you were those people that are having big problems with the B or the C, okay, the big C, are having problems with immune system problems, we already know that from the B to the C, meaning the big C, which is, they call it cancer, I call it stage 4 inflammation. We know how this product helps the body to heal itself. The body, help the body. Because before I bring Richard back on, I want to explain something to you. You got to get this. One olive is not like another olive. One tomato is not like another tomato. Okay? And the reality is everything on this life is based on frequency and vibration, vibrational frequency. And everything has a different frequency. How many people know that actually C60, do your homework, C60 has the highest electrical charge of any molecule on planet Earth. Now get the best hemp oil and then get somebody like Richard who actually bought his C60 from a pure place, and he bought it at $35 a gram years ago, which it now sells for around $350 US a gram. So tell me how these people are actually making pure C60, okay, and actually pulling that off, okay? Because I'm telling you, I don't get it. I mean, I'm not telling you I'm the best at math, but I know 1 and 1 are 2. They're definitely not 11. And the reality is whether you're talking about C60 or any of the products that we carry, we look at the vibration. You know what? You can look at another C60 and go, wow, well, these are the same. Oh, wait a minute, look at this. For one thing, it's not going to be cheaper because I already told you, look at, let me just bring this back for a second. All right. You can get up to 50% off on our C60. And guess what? I'm going to tell you right now, Rich is going to tell you, and he's not going to lie to you. He buys the best hemp oil on the planet, and that comes from Canada, but he buys it from the best farmer. And the reality is you're not going to get stoned, guys, but the reality is it's going to help you calm down, help you sleep, help you get aligned, help you to get more into yourself. But it goes in, the C60 itself will go in and heal whatever's broken in your body. But guess what? The most that people see is when they do C60, what happens? Repairs your brain and your eyes come back. Your eyesight comes back. And that's the truth, because people don't realize it, but guess what? It's blue light poisoning that knocks out the endocannabinoid system in the brain, that damages the brain, that then has the eye disorders. How many people know here that blue light poisoning, which is your street lights, your lights in the offices, I already told you, your iPhones, your iPads, your TVs, your computers, and people don't even know it. They don't understand why their mouth is burning. They don't understand why their brain is burning. They don't understand why they're getting cataracts. They don't understand why they're getting floaters. They don't understand why they're getting a detached retina. Why do you think? And then you go to an optometrist, and then he's not even a doctor. He's not a doctor. He's not a doctor. My God, a veterinarian's not a doctor unless he's going to be a natural health doctor. You can't be pushing drugs and call yourself a doctor. And that's the truth. So everything is vibration. We're not out to shut the pain down. We're not out to shut the disease down, because there are no diseases. There's just symptoms of being out of alignment. And understand something. The more they throw things at us, okay? Remember something, blue light, 5G, okay? Heavy metal poisoning, chemical poisoning, chemtrails. Understand something. Do your homework and you'll find out what C60 hemp oil actually does, on how it can even go in and neutralize that from the bee. That's right. Everything is magnetism, whether it's a relationship with your wife or your children, or the things that you talk about. You magnetize things into your life. Well, guess what? Well, guess what our C60 hemp does? It magnetizes the graphene. Put that in here and then do some research on your own, third-party research, and then double check on what we said here today. And you can go into my library at docofdetoxlibrary.com, look at the research and look at the videos. Okay, Richard, take it away.
Yeah. If the listeners want to take a look at Amazon.com or Amazon.ca if they're in Canada, and take a look at the hemp oil reviews, the first thing that you're going to see is that they're not 4.5 out of 5 or anything like that. And I don't sell it to anyone but you, so I don't sell it myself. The average review is 2.5 out of 5, which is horrific. That is like a junkie product. And the reason for that is twofold. Number one is it doesn't work because they cannot mix it properly. And number two is the color of hemp oil that they are purchasing is not green like ours, which is what it should be if it's a quality product.
Yeah.
But excuse me here. The fact is that it is yellow for one reason, and that is because it is not pure hemp oil. The only place, as far as I know, in the world is the person that we purchase it from the farmer in BC, who actually can produce pure hemp oil. And it was actually a fluke that I even met him, and that was probably destiny, because you were from BC at the time, and I rubbed shoulders with him, and he explained to me how he did it, the process that he used, that I cannot even tell you because I told him that I would never tell anyone. But he does grow his own hemp, and he is in close with the Canadian government as well. And they have to test, obviously, to make sure that there is no THC in the product. But his product is as close, if not even containing the product, the CBD product, and every ounce that is sold. And that is why people, once they take it, even if you take out the carbon 60, just drinking the product itself for the hemp qualities and benefits make someone feel better. And then if we get into the actual production process itself of the quality of the C60, people will just be mind blown for the price that they're paying for our product. They'll go, oh my God, why am I even buying other people's C60 at all? And so that is where you really get into, my God, is this business just a ripoff? And I don't want to get into saying that it is, because C60 in and of itself is a miraculous product. So there is benefit from even the worst products that have the name C60 on them. And how's that for a break for you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll tell you something, you won't know until you really start taking it and this is the best opportunity to take it. I mean, you know, you can, and this, we're trying to introduce, everybody, I need you to get this, okay? It's really important. First of all, you can't get healthy shopping at a supermarket. You can get healthy shopping at a farmer's market still, but not at a supermarket, okay? You're not gonna stay healthy, okay? Because it's corporations that own it. I don't wanna get into it right now. And the reality is, you're also not gonna get healthy. There's too many things coming up against you if you think that you can just take cheap supplementation. Whether you wanna believe this or not, but 70% of the supplementation in a health food store isn't hardly worth the bottle that it's put in. And that's not me saying it, that's an actual fact. The reality is everything is vibrational, and so this is why you've got to have the highest quality. It doesn't matter how cheap a product is, you couldn't take enough to get well. Just like, guess what, right now today, if we were to go back 50 years, 1 tomato is equal to 40 tomatoes that you'd find in a supermarket. Now, who is going to eat 40 tomatoes? And then you can't discount what's in them. So the reality is that there's a difference. We want to bring up the vibration of whatever we sell as high as possible, because everything physical leaves the body. Only the vibration, only the light in the product stays in the body. That's right. Your A, B, C, D, E vitamins, it's a frequency they leave, not A, B, C, D, E vitamins. Minerals don't even stay in the body. They leave a frequency in the body. Just like the carbon that's charged with this and the hemp oil, the physical leaves and the frequency stays. So going forward in this new world of ours, you watch. They're working on it right now. They will actually, you'll be able to go into a supermarket or somewhere or go to a health food store, and you'll be able to actually use with energy medicine with a device and be able to check and see where the frequency is with a product. You may find out that that expensive organic tomato, it might have a lower frequency than the so-called non-organic, but it's not commercial. It's just the person didn't pay for organic certification. I'm trying to tell you that everything is vibrational. And the hemp oil, it tastes really great. It's kind of a light nutty taste, eh, Richard?
Yeah, it tastes like a earthy, nutty flavor. And most people, if they've never tasted it before, they're drawn to the taste because it feels something like something that should be in their body.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you mentioned the fact that 1 tomato today is worth 50 of what was sold 50 years ago. And if you look at the people walking around, it's like 1 hamburger 50 years ago takes 50 hamburgers today. And the people today look like they've eaten 50 hamburgers for lunch. So, you know, that's another sad thing that, you know, could be spoken about, but it's not really in relation to carbon 60.
Well, no, Richard, it is in relation, because guess what, everyone? You ready for this? Oh, you are gonna love this. Food does not turn off your hunger. It's actually a vibration that turns the hunger off. Okay? So far today, all I've drinking is liquids. That's it. Mainly water. And I've done my C60, I've done, you know, some of my other nutraceuticals, but, you know, I haven't eaten anything. And the reality is because what turns hunger off is vibration. And seeing that everybody is eating low vibrational foods, because understand something, guys, there's not 4 food groups like they tried to teach you at school. There's only one, and it's called high vibrational food. And this is a high vibrational food. And if you bring in a high vibrational food, you're not gonna be snacky. You're not gonna need 3 meals and 3 snacks. I eat 1 meal a day and I don't snack. Okay, I might do a blender drink, that's not a snack. Okay, so it's like, honey, hey everybody, come on, it's time to nourish. Not, hey everybody, it's time to eat your garbage can, let's just fill you up. Hey honey, are you full yet? No. Have we turned off the hunger? Because all hunger is turned off by vibrational frequencies. The invisible creates the physical, the invisible heals the physical. And that's the reality of it all. Richard?
Yeah, but It's funny that you mentioned that you haven't eaten anything today. I've had my hemp, and I've had a little bit of MCT today. And the only thing that has gone into my body other than that is, let me see, it's a 2-liter jar of lemon water. And I don't feel hungry at all. You know, for some reason, using the C60, it does seem to turn off that hunger mechanism. And, you know, thank goodness, I'm 6'4" and I'm 178. And I've stayed at that weight for, at least 10 years since I started the C60. But before that, I was always up and down, 10 pounds. I'd gain 10 pounds, lose 10 pounds. But ever since I started taking C60, I'm just bang on that weight. If anything, I might lose 2 or 3 pounds. But it does it. It does exactly what you said.
Everyone, and I mean this in the best way, but, feed the spirit, heal the body. The spirit is a vibrational frequency, and you may not want to put it down as that, but that's the real science of it. And we are frequency beings. Now, can we talk about how you make it, Richard? And why?
Sure.
And why we're set apart, not just with the C60 hemp. We also have C6. We have MCT C60, everybody, too, and we have C60 hemp. Okay, these are the 2 highest vibrational C60s that you can get in the world. Not safflower, not sunflower, not olive oil. I'm not putting down the olive oil. It's right behind these, but I'm only going to carry the ones that are going to really knock it out of the park. Richard?
Yes, the reason why we chose these 2 is mainly because it's not just the most expensive for me to use, but they are the best that we can find for use in the human body. There are cheaper oils, there's peanut oils, there's safflower oils, and the like, but they do not work with the human body in a good manner. People can get sick and so forth, so why even go near them? And they do not keep as well, whereas MCT and hemp oil, I know I'm a bit off topic here, you can keep these as long as you're not keeping them in the sunlight and, in 130 degree temperatures. You can keep these things for 10, 20 years. These can be in your survival bunker. Okay, now, as far as how do we make these? Well, the first thing that we do is we get the best C60 in the world. Now, is not all C60 the same? And the answer is, heck no. There are places in the United States that claim to make their own C60, and I'm saying, well, they might make a jar or 2, or, when I say that, they might make 10 or 20 kilos a year. We go through, 20 or 30 a month. With the business that we have set up with government agencies and with Darrell, and, we have, let's say, 20 or 30 smaller distributors that don't compete with Darrell.
If I can, just know this, everyone. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but Richard sells to the top. Go to the top of government people, and go to the top of whether you like this or not, guys. The so-called elites. I like to call them psycho elites, but whatever. They actually purchase from Richard. Yes, Richard, or no, Richard?
Oh, yes, yeah. You would know the names, and obviously I can... and also, and they don't mind me saying this now because so many people know, the Canadian government, the armed forces, and the United States military, they purchase from me, and it makes the people in the United States, the C60 people, quite upset. But I don't go, and I have never advertised, not once, anywhere, to say this, and except on your program, because I don't go on anyone else's program. But yeah, I don't need to advertise, and This is just a fact that they all know, and they don't go and say, well, we sell to the U.S. government. Yet everyone knows the U.S. government, the top elites take it, and it doesn't go to what they call their grunts, because they do not find them worthy. They're sacrificial lambs for the New World Order, or whatever you want to call them, because they do not find them worthy of taking C60. But the elites, they all do take C60, whether it be Prince Charles and his fake cancer, all of the people, whether it be Putin. He is probably the most popular person. He started taking it about 30 years ago. It is in Europe, where C60 is about 10 years ahead of everyone in North America. And that is why, and I might as well introduce where we get our C60, we get it from Eastern Europe, in mainly Russia and Ukraine, before the alleged war. And the war that we're told is going on out there is not what is really happening. Putin loves Ukraine, and he is not bombing the cities. He is leaving intact all of the major industries. So if you go and you look at what's happening to let's look at the farming industries, all of the wheat fields, most of the cornfields. That is all going on as per usual. If you look at the factories, they're all going on as per usual. For example, the C60 is still being made. It is just certain zones that they're bombing and making it look like there's a war going on. But there are people, there's about 1 million people in total on both sides that have been sacrificed to Moloch, and it will continue that way until Trump gets in, and then they're going to have a big changeover, and it's going to be very interesting as to what they plan on doing. And from what I understand, it's going to be a monetary changeover, and we're all going to be affected. But I think Daryl is much more up on that.
Well,
and
we won't get into the politics of it, but if anybody wants to know what really is going on, I'll just drop this one little thing and then I'm out of it. If you go to BHN, that stands for Braveheart Nation, The Ripple Effect, I put that up on Telegram for people that would like to know what's coming down. Look, at 99.9% of the population still think they need to save their money, and what they need to do is save their butt. And you go on there and start watching the videos on BHN, The Ripple Effect, and spend about maybe 5 to 10 hours just watching those videos, and you'll find out it's all a game, everyone. And you know what? They've done this over and over again. Every 3rd century they try to pull this stunt. Just like 3 centuries ago they drafted Americans. Now they're going to try to pull that stunt again because they think we all forgot and we're that stupid. Anyways, let's get back to the hemp, because I'll tell you something right now. By the time they get done with burning everybody's endocannabinoid system and their brains out and their nervous system out, Richard, and this is the truth, C60 will help to bring back your nervous system, your brain. It'll go and heal anything in the body. And if you don't believe me, then watch how your eyesight changes. Watch how sharp you start coming in your brain. Because understand, when this carbon goes in, it has the highest electrical charge. It's all about electricity. Okay, let me ask you a question. Somebody that just passed on and left the planet, how much electricity is left in their body? How about 0? Okay, somebody that's in bed and they can't get out, how much electricity do they have? Because don't say energy, it's electricity. It's electricity, it's not energy. But we say energy because it's always throwing us off. We're always being thrown off the marker. It's all about electricity, and I just told you, C60 hemp has more electrical charge in it than any other known product, 270 times stronger than vitamin C. So you can take your vitamin C all you want, but just 270, not 270%, 270 times. So we're always looking at electrical charge. And also most C60 is, most people are using, it's from a blender with a magnet that creates, can you talk about the difference between what they're doing and what you're doing and why you do what you do?
Sure. Yeah, if we just take it for granted that our C60 is 100 times better in quality than anyone else's.
Oh, one second, Richard. Richard, I don't mean to cut you off. Everybody, if you got questions, you want to challenge us on anything, or you got questions, or you want to know how to take it, please put it in the comments. And right after Richard gets done here, maybe in about 10 minutes, we'll start answering questions. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah. Okay, how is it made? The others in the marketplace, because they do not produce in the quantities that we produce, they use what are called magnetic spinners. You can go on Amazon and produce C60 on your own. You can purchase, for example, a gram for $350 of carbon 60 and purchase a magnetic spinner for $50. And you will receive a magnetic spinner, purchase a glass jar or a glass flask of 1 liter for, I don't know, a good one is $35 if you get it on sale. So you're looking at $100, let's say, in total. And at the bottom of the jar, you put a little peanut-sized spinner. Turn it on with the oil of your choice in the middle. Mix in a gram of carbon 60 powder.
And remember, that carbon 60 is going to cost you $350. And just remember something.
Yeah.
When Richard bought his truckload, it was $35 a gram, not $350 a gram. And this is why I said, tell me how these people are actually making real C60. I don't know. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah. Okay. So what you do then is you make sure that you have an ultra sealed, no dust proof. It's got to have to be a dust proof, meaning not just a bedroom, but you're not going to have that. So you're going to have to go with the bedroom and make sure that the top is sort of sealed but still has air coming in. And turn off the light for 2 weeks. And every once in a while, stir it, go in and stir it a bit to make sure that everything is mixing as best you can. Now, there's only going to be so many rotations per minute that you can achieve, and there's not going to be what's called a vortex. So you're going to see a small little circle at the top, but that's about it. And then after a certain amount of time, the 2 weeks, you're going to turn on the light, and hopefully you're going to have a semi-mixed concoction. About 40% of the carbon 60 that you had put in is going to be sitting at the very bottom, which means that you have lost 40% of the potency. The rest is going to be, is it carbon 60? Sort of. Very weakened and not very good. When you pour it in a glass jar, you're going to notice that there are what I guess could best be described as floaters. When you look at a jar of the Doc's product, there are no floaters. If you shake the bottle, there are no floaters. Little particulates moving around. It is crystal clear. Anything that is left over after filtration goes to and is electrically charged to attach to the container. So there are no worries. There are no floaters. And actually, we have people, believe it or not, this is an aside, that purchase the C60 or request to. We don't do it. Spoonfuls. They want spoonfuls, and they actually eat it because it cleanses out their colon system. I've done it once, and I thought, oh my God, this is incredible. Well, I haven't done it since, but I thought I'd try it because so many people. There's a company called Red Lion that will pay an extraordinarily high amount of money just to get a spoonful of leftover C60 that wasn't processed. But neither here nor there. You would end up with 40% loss, so 60% purity C60. So you've lost 40% of the $350 of carbon 60 that you paid for. So you've lost $150 or whatever. So you've got $200 worth of carbon 60 mixed in with your oil. That is worth anything at all, and it's not worth that much because there is very little vibrational frequency in your product whatsoever. Now, let's contrast that with how we produce it. We take the C60.
Richard, can I cut in for 1 second? So I need it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
What do you think you're going to get out of a 1 liter magnetic spinner that doesn't create a vortex from the top of the liter down to the bottom? The vortex has to be strong. It's all about energy. How many people here know that atoms are like little tornadoes? You know, let me just say this. You know, if there was a tornado out there, right? The taller it is and the more powerful the spin. Okay, let me tell you. So a tornado, if you tried to drive through a tornado, it'd be like hitting what? A cement wall. That's because you're actually hitting energy. And the more powerful the spin, the more powerful the energy. You're not going to drive through that. If it was weak, you could drive through it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That even though it's invisible, it's not a cement wall, you're not going through it. And understand what we're doing is we're creating a tornado effect, and that tornado effect, okay, with the C60 that has already had electrical energy put into it by, that's why, Richard, you might want to talk about that too. A lot of countries can't afford to make C60 because it would take so much electricity, okay, to run that. You wouldn't be able to afford to sell the product or make the product. So you might want to just say why it's ridiculous if people think they're actually making C60 like in North America with the electrical costs. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, you would need a nuclear power station nearby in order to be able to create C60 because the amount of energy is required. The heat is more intense than the power of the sun. You're not going to be doing that with a mere electrical power station nearby. So people that say, for example, in Texas, that they're creating C60 and they're working out of a little strip mall, it's a hoax. They are not creating C60.
And they sell more C60 to people in North America than anybody else.
Allegedly, yes.
Yes.
What they're doing is they're getting it from, I'm not going to name the name of the company, but they're getting it from China, where energy is almost limitless. They are putting up, I think it was 37 coal-firing power stations a week in China. Now, this is the place that's building more, what do you call it, those solar energy stations. And it's all just a game. It's all pretend, a game of pretend. They're putting in solar power stations, and then they're, making coal-firing power stations at the same time. It's amazing, the hoax that's going on. And yet North America is just laughing at the same time because they're getting their products dirt cheap. And what's happening is Vietnam is going, well, we can do that for less money because their population is not used to receiving any money at all. So they're going and they're saying, well, we're going to undercut China. So things are moving to Vietnam, and now it's moving to India. So, as long as people can get cheap labor, that's where the economies of the world are moving to. And the global oligarchs, they're going wherever the cheapest labor is. And, the North America, as far as I understand, the future of the U.S. is going to be where the world's degenerates go. It's going to be prison planet USA. That's where they're going to be literally building walls around the USA and drop shipping, as in using helicopters and planes and throwing people out of the plane and having parachutes. And it's going to be, and this is predictive programming, there's going to be drones filming the action from above and watching the carnage. And I know people are listening to this going, oh my God, is this guy crazy? But no, this is really the plans for the future. And
well, I can't tell the future, but that's why I'm here in Montenegro, Richard, because guess what? You know what? You can call it a third world country, but I'm living a 5-star lifestyle, and it's peaceful, no chemtrails, no 5G, only organic food, peaceful people, jungle all around me. If I wanted to go golf, it's 5 minutes away. The beach is 5 minutes away. Oh my gosh, please. Nobody can turn off the electrical on me. I've got enough sun here to do me. I'm powering my whole house and everything, even my whole video on solar. The reality is you know what? Yeah, you gotta get out of arm's length of these psychos. I mean, you know what? It's going to be a 3-ring circus, but I'm going to tell you, people, we're going to come back to the same thing. C60, hemp, or MCT, C60. These are all superfood nutrition, and everything is built on electrical. So how do you make your product, Richard?
Okay, instead of using those spinners, imagine a upside-down bell made out of glass that's 12 feet tall. We have a few that are 18 feet, but most of them are 12 feet tall. And the thickness, it looks like a crystal bell. The thickness at the top of the bell is 8 inches thick. And these things weigh more than 2 tons. And they were brought in from Germany.
Wow.
And I tell you, when I had to go pick up one at a time, up at the border, these things were put in secure container, and I had to go and follow it was the OPP down the highway, all the way down from Fort Erie. I guess you know where that is, Fort Erie. By the falls, all the way down to Paris, where the actual production facility is in the lab. And the building itself is very, very tall, is very, very big. It's pure steel and also concrete. And it can support, 8 of them. I only have 6 of them. And then I have a few huge ones as well, not Bell type, but these are for different uses. But for the dock and all the other customers, that there's mostly Canadian and government uses that are going 24/7. That's what we use. These things are upside-down bells, and now how do they work? Well, an upside-down bell is the perfect product for producing, and the idea came from people that I work with at McMaster University. That's where I graduated from, and it's also where my son graduated from. And we came up with this idea as the perfect way to actually do the mixing way back, and it worked out so well, I just kept ordering them. Now, how does the vibrational frequency come into effect? Well, one, it's natural. It works as a vortex, a pure vortex. If you can imagine, if you can think of, well, what does a tornado look like when it's in full force? It looks like a bell. It's the shape of a bell. There is a centrifugal force that is whipping things around, and the C60, in order to explode into its purest form, it needs a centrifugal force. And that's what it turns into as we turn up the rotations per minute. And then it becomes a force of its own. It turns from a pure black substance, which is the carbon-60 itself, and as the rotation and time increases from 0 weeks to 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, by the 5th day, it starts to, for example, hemp oil, it goes from the hemp oil being a dark green, it starts to turn into a really dark green and then into a natural, I'm trying to even think of what the color is. It's got a greenish, brownish hue to it. It's a beautiful color. I can't even, just feel like the shell of a nut. It's a beautiful color. It's a nice greenish brown. But the last thing you'd ever call it is a yellow that looks like lemonade or something that is excreted from a person's body, which is disgusting. You would never want to drink it. And the stuff that is sold by the competition is putrid, and that's why they have the 2.5 stars. The olive oil is very similar. It looks gross. Hemp should be, when produced properly, like the people that we purchase our product from, have a beautiful, beautiful frequency that when you hold the bottle, if you're a sensitive person, which most of the people that take C60 are, they can feel the vibration. I know people that have ordered C60 and hemp or MCT that know when their order has come. They can feel it. They feel it when it's come onto their street. Now, that may sound strange to people, but people that have been working with us, and all of them, because we do bottling of vitamins as well, they know when a bell has, let's say, you call it a marriage when we do the two products together, which we'll get into some other time. But they know when it has come to fruition, when it has blossomed. Let's call it the blossoming of the product, because the whole place feels like, whoa, you can actually feel. And I don't want to get, freaky or anything on people, but you can tell there's a change in frequency and the vibration of the place when.
Well, I think people know when they can feel the love vibration, and you can feel that.
Well,
you can feel that walking through a forest, or from an animal, or from a flower, and you can get it from a product if it actually has the vibe.
Yeah, and that's the last part of the story, which is we have, and I keep sending it photos to you, but if people go to a company called Abyss Audio, ABYSS Audio, you will see what we use, which no one else will do. There is, let me see here. It's Abyss Audio. They will see what is called a headphone amplifier. It's called a WA33. They only sell one of this particular model and one set of studio headphones that look like they're for Herman Munster. We attach a set of those headphones with the tube amplifier on it, and we send out Ideals of Love, it's called, which is the love frequency for humankind. And the actual oil itself is receptive, just like our human bodies, to love frequencies. And that's exactly what we do. And the oil absorbs the frequencies of love, and we encapsulate that in the product and intensify it through the, let's call it the blossoming process, and just decrease it until it is fully done. And we notice a huge difference in every product that we make, which is every C60. Now, does it cost us a lot of money? Absolutely, but over time, it decreases. The only thing that we have to do is obviously pay for the electricity, which is baked in, and the tubes. The tubes only last a few years, but the tubes cost anywhere from, $400 or $500 to replace them all. The most expensive ones would be the power tubes, but it is definitely worth it. Does anyone else go to the extreme length that we do to produce this? No, but at the same time, no one thought of purchasing all of that C60. It would be 8 years ago that I did the bulk of my purchasing for C60, and it was mainly because I really thought that this was going to take over the world with respect to healing for humanity, and it did end up doing that. And the only luck that I've had is finding people like the doc who took on this product. We've had other people as well, but I haven't really searched for other people between the military, the governments, and other customers. The doc has been always solidly behind us and carrying C60, and I'm very grateful to him for doing this. And from what I see, he only carries the best products that are out there in the world, and we should all be thankful for everything that he's doing for all of us. And that is the story of C60, and it's got the highest vibrational frequencies that are out there, and you should be taking it. We should all be taking it. I take it, my wife takes it, and now that she's been taking it, she's feeling better. And when we get to the MCT/hemp product, you'll be in for a great story. And in the meantime, take your hemp, take it many times a day, smaller amounts, or take it twice a day in larger amounts. Take it whatever the way the doc recommends. You can't go wrong.
Thank you, Richard. And everybody, it's easy to take it. You just put it under your tongue, you hold it there until it becomes like water, and then you swallow. So the longer you leave it, the better it is. There's no way you're not going to feel a difference. You are. And those of you that have glasses, don't get peed off, because you're going to have to get a lighter prescription. Some of you may be able to give up your glasses. And I'm telling you right now, this is not a sales pitch, but it depends on how much you take it. Okay, I was doing like 6 to 8 teaspoons, under my tongue, because I knew and I believed in Richard's product that I could get rid of my glasses, and I did. That's the end of the story. I'm not saying it's the only thing, but it was the biggest thing. Nothing turned my eyesight around faster, because the eyes don't see. The eyes get damaged because of the brain. Whether you believe it or not, with all this blue light poisoning that we have here, from the computers, from the telephones, from the LED lighting, from the iPads, to going to a movie, it doesn't matter. It's all, and here's the thing. So Richard is right. He's not a conspiracy theorist. They could have built all of these electronics that give off Tesla and Lahosky and Rife frequencies, and guess what? We'd be on the computer and it would actually be healing us. Did they do that? No. They feed off of us, and they want us to be sick. All right? And the reality is, you know what? Until you have value for yourself, you won't have a product like this. Until you have value for yourself, you'll get chemo, you'll get radiation, you'll get surgery, you'll take drugs, because until you have value, and I'm telling you, you've got to have value today. If you don't value yourself, you're going to be in big trouble. Everything is vibration, everything is frequency. Okay? Richard, is there anything else you'd like to leave everybody with?
No, I think I just about said it all. I've described how it's made, why it's better. I just wish that everyone would take your products, not just mine, but the other ones that you sell. I see that you have nothing but good things out there. And I wish nothing but the best to everyone.
Well, good luck with your move, and do me a favor, will you give me a call in the next day or so when you settle down a little?
Yeah, sure. I sure will. And all the best to you and Lori.
Thank you, and all the best to your beautiful wife and your family, and for the move. Okay, my friend?
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Well, there you go, everyone. Maybe sometimes you hear things you don't want to hear, and it looked like he went off track sometimes, but was he really off track? I don't know. How much do you let the world affect you? How much do you let the world infect you? You know, that would be the big thing. You know, I would take a real good look at yourself and ask yourself if you could be better, if you could do more, if you could be healthier. That would be really great. And don't compare yourself to the majority, because the majority of the population is on its way out. And I do mean that, and I don't mean that in a hurtful way, but the majority of the population right now, we're talking about 82 to 86% of the population having an autoimmune disease in North America. That's right. Well, an autoimmune disease is where somebody is really sick, but because everybody's got autoimmune disease, not everybody, but the majority, it doesn't matter anymore. You know, when I was younger, when somebody actually had an autoimmune disease, you actually felt bad for them, you worried for them. Today, you're doing okay as long as you're not in the hospital. You can have 3 different illnesses, be on 5 different drugs, and the reality, somebody will say to you, how are you doing? I'm doing fine today. I'm just above ground. Well, if that's all you want, then that's fine. But you know what? I'm after the 1% of the 1% of the population that know that they can have more, and that disease is just a what? A belief system. You're never going to hear of me having a disease. You're never going to hear of me laying in bed sick. And you can say, well, you better knock on wood, Daryl. And I'm going to tell you, that's so ridiculous. Your belief systems make and shape you. And until you change your belief systems and you bring up the value of your life, of your body, then guess what? Then you will have sick beliefs, and those sick beliefs will ruin your life. You know, you can't have success without energy on any level, whether it's emotional, physical, nutritional. You can't have success. You can't even have a good relationship with yourself or anybody else unless you have energy and health. Oh my God. You know what? It's amazing what people will put up with, and it's amazing how people have to suffer a certain amount every day just to know that they're alive. I don't suffer at all for anybody or anything, because I need to be in the present moment, because I want to help my brothers and sisters everywhere. And if you're a sufferer or if you're in pain, you're not in the present moment. You're fearing your future. You're despising your past. And that's the truth. You're not even in the present. You can only heal in the present. You can only create something new in the present. And that's really the bottom line. So check out our sale if you'd like, okay? And it starts, one second. The sale starts on the 4th, and it goes to the 13th. Today we have a flash sale if you want to check it out. Okay, it's a one-day flash sale if you want to check it out. Look, we're doing our best. I said it on the other show, and I'll say it now. We've got our accountant looking at all the figures. We're trying to do as much as we can, because we know that everybody, the inflation thing, which is just another taxation thing, and we're trying to help out as much as we can, and that's the God's truth, okay? All right? So check it out, see what you think, and don't be afraid to call me at 469-861-8884 on WhatsApp or direct. It's at my USA phone number, so just know that I would love to talk to you if you've got a question, okay? All right? Just letting you know, We're here in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. This is our clinic. It's also called DOD 5-Star Healing and Training. People come down here and they stay here. Okay, this is a 5-star retreat. This is where people get personal attention. This is not an assembly line. Okay, when I first came down here 2.5 years ago, I opened up at Ixtapa Palace. Sometimes we'd have 200 people there. Yeah, I'm not kidding, 200 people. Really, we do our courses there. We did our treatments. We had 20 treatment rooms between consultations, offices. You know, I mean, it was a learning lesson. Now we don't take more than 6 people. That's it. And most of the time, we'll just have a family or a couple down here, and they will be getting what they need. And what is that? Well, becoming their own practitioner. Okay, going from patient to hero. Okay, all right. Learning that how to love and care for themselves from the moment they rise until they close their eyes, and then showing people that have been told there's no hope for you, that that's a bloody lie. And not that the other person was lying, it's just that they didn't know better. We are much more than you've been taught. And the doctors out there, whether they're natural, whether they're medical, they don't even have it right, okay? Because everybody gets limited training and gets suppressed in their subconscious, because guess what? It's called government. Govern the mental of everybody, especially the practitioners. Teach them that they're limited. Teach a practitioner he's limited. He will teach a patient that they're limited. And then we all believe that what's going on with the majority is normal, and it's not. It's not normal, it's abnormal. Okay, so if you want to check us out, we have the ultimate healing experience. We build it for you. You can come down and learn Wolf non-surgical body work, you and your husband, you and your wife. We just taught a family of 6 on how to do Wolf non-surgical for each other. They learned about diet from the moment they rise till they close their eyes. I was doing 2 hours a day of emotional training, and I did that for 4 days in a row for them to make them understand that it's not them against themselves or against the world, okay? It's about observing each other, not judging each other. It's about loving yourself so that you can love others. Don't put yourself in jail or anybody else. Okay, the most powerful treatment experience, we've got Cellsonic, we got Cardio MedBed. Go to bhnpowerpack.com and you'll see the energy medicine that we have, okay? If you go to DOD5star.com, you'll see everything about the place, that you'll be swimming in a structured ionized copper, zinc, saltwater pool, which is the most healing that you can swim in, okay? The place is a 5-star house, all right? And you'll get 5-star treatment. The life-changing treatments and training experience, the Wolf non-surgical certified experience, if you're looking for it. Dr. Sage Wolf will travel anywhere around the world to any clinic or any home, and he will teach and certify the Wolf non-surgical, or just come in and teach a family or a couple how to do it, or a caretaker that is looking after someone that doesn't want to end up crippled. Nobody needs to be crippled. 98% of all surgeries do not have to be done, and nobody challenges me on this because it's true. Because it's all inflammation, scar tissue formation, calcification, and guess what? It can be reversed. Yeah, there's the sucker punch. And guess what? 99% of all practitioners who are actually in the business don't even know that this stuff can be reversed. They don't even know how it even comes about because they're not trained that. Seriously? Are we like kidding here? Okay. Also, anybody wants to know, Dr. Sage Wolf will be in Toronto, July the 22nd to the 4th. He'll be at Magdalena's clinic, where they will be doing Cellsonic, non-surgical, and consultations. You can book with him at 250-801-5673 or call the office. They'll give you his phone number at 855-900-4544, extension 0, okay? All right? This is my Australia tour. I'll be doing Day with the Doc, and which is an all-day lecture, training for people. It's free. And then I will be doing what's called Heal Yourself, Heal Your Family. Those are night lectures. So I'll be in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, I'll be in Byron Bay, Coffs Harbour. And then if you're going in Coffs Harbour, I will be teaching the Whole Life Coach course, the Whole Life Health Coach course, August the 7th to the 15th. Then we'll be doing the Wolf Non-Surgical Certification, August 17th to the 28th, and then pelvic restoration from the 30th to September 1st, okay? Check it out at bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com. Okay, and then in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, we'll start on October 9th, do all 3 courses. Then we'll do it again in January. And then we'll also be doing Toronto around April, and also Stuart, Florida around April. We'll only be going there once next year because I believe that it's going to be just chaos time. This is where they're going to probably have the aliens fly in. Okay, they're going to try to get everybody's neighbor against each other. They're going to try to crush the US dollar and totally bring inflation through the roof so they can bring in digital. And if you want to know more about that, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to actually help you. Go to BHN, The Ripple Effect, on my Telegram channel. And if you want to watch videos that I cannot play on this platform, then go to my Telegram channel, Braveheart Nation, on my Telegram channel, okay? Come this August the 8th. August the 8th, we're releasing the new BHN app. So would you do me a favor? Go to my BHN app. It's BHN, Braveheart Nation, app.com. Sign in there and go give it a test drive. Tell us what you like about it, don't like about it, but understand something. We're told it's the most powerful health app that's ever come out. 95% of it is free because guess what? We have to make it free. People say to me, you make too much free. You got the biggest self-help, self-care library at docofdetoxlibrary.com. More master classes than any other place, and they're all free. You shouldn't do that. People don't appreciate it. And you know what I say? People have been programmed to have no value. Most people would never go there unless it was free. But if they go in there and they find out that those are the diamonds of their life, maybe they'll continue. That's my thinking. What do you think? Okay? All right. These are the prices. We brought all our prices down since COVID. We knew we had to. You know, we had to do it. We brought our prices way down because we don't want our courses to stop. This is our passion and this is our purpose. Depending on if you're from the United States, you pay US dollars. You're from Australia, you pay Australian. From Canada, you pay Canadian dollars. And then, if somebody comes from a country and their dollar is really weak, understand something. I'm going to do everything to get you into the course. I'm not going to play the money game on you. All right, you can give me a call directly. Okay, we're going to help you where we can, but we did bring our courses down by 40%. That's not a lie. 40%. It was like this. Do you want to do the courses or no courses? If we make a little money, that's great. Let's just do it. We need to keep this moving. We're not going to let these psycho tyrants destroy BHN University for the next 3 years and then start up again. Okay? All right? It's a good thing I don't have any addictions, eh? Because money cannot always come first. Yes, it creates this studio here that we're building right now. It created the Braveheart Nation app, but money can't come first. Your passion, your purpose needs to come first. Don't find a job, find your passion. Don't go to work, okay? Go to creating. That's what you need to do. I don't care what's going on in the world. Trust me, most of it is BS. 98% of it is all BS, all made up. Mind your own business. Love and care for yourself. I'm telling you, if you're not selfish enough to know how to create a perfect day from the moment you rise until you close your eyes, then guess what? You can kiss your butt goodbye. You think I'm kidding? Take a look around you. Really, open your eyes today. Wake up. Take a look at what's going on to your friends and family, your neighbors, your country. All right. So if in Coffs Harbour, I'll be finishing my lecture tour. I'm there for 5 weeks lecturing, going around to all these places in Australia. And then we'll be doing the courses in Coffs Harbour, Australia. Tora Klein there is a master practitioner. She's helping us train the course. And we're going to be at a beautiful resort there. Okay? All right? So if you want to contact her, that's her phone number. And if you want to come to Ixtapas y Montenegro, Mexico, okay, you can contact me or just contact the office and they'll put you in touch with me. I'd love to talk to you, okay? If we can make it happen, we'll make it happen for you. If you just have a health question, we'll make that happen too, all right? This is the 2025 schedule, everyone. So, yeah, so January and February we'll be doing the first course. Then we'll also have another one in Toronto and Florida, and then we're back in Ixtapas y Montenegro, these other two courses. I'm staying more homebound because these psychos have a whole bunch of things planned for us. Before it was a circus, now it's going to be a 3-ring circus for the next couple of years because they need to show everyone that the world's going to hell and then get us into a point of so much fear that then they say, look, you're going to have to give up a lot more of your rights and your freedoms, but don't worry, we'll come and save you. I don't need any saving. I'm in Mexico. I wear bare feet wherever I go, okay? I got my pool outside the door here, okay? I got the jungle behind me, all around me. I got the beach 5 minutes away. I got beautiful places to eat, and I've got organic food because there's no pesticides and herbicides in Mexico. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate that. And yeah, no 5G. Figure that. No chemtrails. Figure that. And people say you live in a third world country. Yeah, right. I've got a 5-star living. Okay. So today I want you to say, what can you do to show that you love and care for yourself? And I call this a Braveheart contract. If you totally loved and cared for yourself, and you were the master of your mind and your life, where would you live? Who would you live with? What would you be doing? What would the surroundings look like? For God's sakes, okay, take a stand. It's teamwork. You and your creator, but you got to bring your imagination back. Image creates thought. Thought creates what? What does thought create? Emotion. And if you didn't start off with a beautiful image, you're not going to have a beautiful emotion. If you start off with a negative one, you're going to have a negative thought, which creates a negative frequency, which dumps negative chemicals and hormones. And that's why we call it disease, because you're not into alignment with yourself, feeding your spirit. Feed your spirit, heal your body. And understand, you can be abundant on all levels, anytime in your life. You got to be in the present moment, and you got to strategize, and you got to say, this is just a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure called Planet Earth. And stop freaking out, and stop blaming others, and take responsibility for every moment that you live. If you have any testimonials, please send them in to docofdetoxtestimonials.com, whether it's products, whether it's our diet, the Perfect Day Diet. Listen, whether it's you love the Perfect Day Guide, just, you know what, we put the testimonials up. That gives guidance, that gives more certification, because I'm just Dr. Wolf the Quack. You know, I'm up to something. God knows I'm up to something. So you know what we want is we want people to give us real testimonials, okay? So that we can start putting them up on our website. All right, and also, you know what, if you ever want to come on and do a live consultation with me, just call me direct at 469-861-8884 on WhatsApp or FaceTime, or it's a USA direct phone number, and we'll do a live consult, and we'll share your story with hundreds of thousands just like you, so that we can bless our brothers and sisters that we don't even know. Okay? The BHN app, I already told you. Go to bhnapp.com, give it a test drive, and tell me what you think. Okay? Tell me what you don't like, tell me what you like. It's coming out August the 8th. And tell your friends, tell everyone. We actually have on there, we'll have lots of different things, but today I'll drop a little thing. We have on there what's called the perfect match. This is not looking for a husband or a wife. This is looking for a spirit partner. Someone that's never going to judge you. Someone that doesn't say, fill up my heart and I'll fill up your heart. Someone that fills up their own heart and you fill up your own heart. You come together and you rock this world. You think about that one. Okay, the Ultimate Healing Guide, you can download at pdgfree.com, pdgfree.com. This is the book right here, and I'm telling you right now, it's a 560 page, and it's the best of the best of the best that I've put together in 40 years. It's all about you taking massive personal action and healing yourself. So I need you to get it. It's not about me, it's about you, okay? And if you love it, you'll get it for $95 delivered to the door anywhere in North America. And understand, go try and run this off. It'll cost you anywhere from $175 to $250 anywhere you go. And we'll sell it to you for $95. That'll be the cost of the shipping and making the book. Okay? So that's it, everyone. Patriot sale. Check it out. See what you think. Let me know. All right? So remember, the only permanent health care is self-care. And guess what? The only permanent love is self-love. Really, Daryl? Are you like crazy? That's selfish. No, it's not. You start loving yourself and caring for yourself. Watch how you love and care for others. Watch how it becomes automatic. Watch how you don't love others because at this moment you need love. I need some love. Give me some love. Give me some love. How does that feel to be holding people ransom or holding yourself at ransom? All right? You gotta, what? Rise to your full potential. How? By first loving yourself. And then I'll tell you, you will fly. Feed your spirit and fly. All right? So just remember, everyone, hold on one second. All right? Together, we're stronger. Yes or no? You do know they want us fighting with our family. They want us fighting with ourselves. They want us fighting with people within our own country and other countries, right? I'm not playing. I'm not participating. Thank you very much. They've been doing the same thing over and over again, okay? Just like 3 generations ago, they did the draft. Watch United States. Watch out, you Americans. They're going to do the draft again. I guarantee they're going to try to pull it because every 3 generations they try to pull the same stunt, whether it's the draft, whether it's breaking the economy. Let me tell you something. They're all from the same families, and it's been going on forever. And I'm not threatened. There is nobody above me except God Almighty. I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart. I want to thank everybody for coming on today. And just know this, 3, 2, 1, we are stronger when we're together. Bye now.